Welcome back, everybody. Let's get in the mood for this really 10th anniversary of the death of rock star Kurt Cobain. As fans still as passionate, maybe even more so, about Nirvana's music as they were 10 years ago. We welcome Bill Reid, who now works at K-Rock Radio.
That's right, 96.5 K-Rock.
96, but for years you were on the end.
Yeah, for almost 12 years.
Wow, you're a veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm a grizzled vet. You know what I mean, Tony?
Yes, I do.
I'm a grizzled vet.
About grizzled or vet? Which one? So, Bill, here's the thing. Here's the question I wanted to ask you. How in the world, well, it's only 10 years since the death of Kurt Cobain.
Right.
Hugely popular, obviously, in the Northwest Seattle area, but still popular, and you're saying maybe even more popular now than he was.
Yeah, I just think his legend has grown. I mean, Nirvana, there was nothing bigger, in 91, 92, and finally 94 when it all came crashing down. But I think his legend has grown. I think in the same way that Lennon or Elvis, Janis Joplin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you and I talked about Janis, and you accused me of being a Janis Joplin fan, didn't you?
Well, I thought you were.
Yeah, so I was there.
I thought you were there on Haight-Ashbury in the Summer of Love.
I was. It's been going on ever since, too. But let me ask you this, Bill. All right, so it's 10 years since the death of Kurt Cobain. Can he and the music of Nirvana sustain 20 years? Or 30 like Elvis has done, or John Lennon has done?
Absolutely. I don't have a crystal ball, but I certainly I think the quality of the music is there. I think Kurt touched people in a way that few artists do. I think a combination of his vulnerability and his poetry, and certainly the power of the music that Nirvana made. Yeah, I think it'll last. I really do.
Now, people up until recently were still camping out on his property.
Oh yeah, they still do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be the guy that bought Kurt's old house.
No. No, I heard about that.
Yeah.
They fenced it off, I guess, quite a bit now.
Yeah. No, I mean, people come from all over the world.
Yeah.
To sit in that park at that bench. Like people come from all over the world to visit Hendrix's grave.
Yeah.
You know, in the Renton Highlands.
What did you guys do this week as a special tribute? Did you play?
We played a lot of great music, and we played rare Nirvana Kurt interview stuff. We talked to a lot of Nirvana fans and put them on the air and got their feelings. Yeah, I was a huge and am a huge Nirvana fan myself, so it was I don't know, it was a bittersweet day for me.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the darkest day in Seattle music history. It's nothing to really celebrate, but you've got to recognize.
Yeah. Maybe like Elvis, we should celebrate his birth. More than we do his death with Kurt Cobain. Bill, thank you for being on. You did a full radio shift, came to join us tonight. I appreciate that.
Well, it's great being here, Tony.
Thank you very much, Bill Reid. Come back again. We'll talk music again. We'll talk about Fabian sometime. No, I'm just kidding. We'll be back in just a minute. We got quite a bit tonight.